Thanks for joining us today on Real Time with Cassius Mundee. Today's subject, marijuana.
Anyway, hello everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Real Time with Cassius Mundee. Today on the show, we have Micah Mills, who is a student at the University of Central Florida and just completed a paper on the decriminalization of marijuana. Now, Micah, this is a very heavy topic, definitely something that a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on. Now, why don't you go ahead and start out with a brief history of the substance?
Well, Cassius, the usage of this plant has dated back to about 7000 BC.
Wow.
Actually, in 1619, in one of the first colonies, Jamestown, Virginia, anybody that's taken elementary history knows about Jamestown. Well, they actually required farmers to grow hemp.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's very
If you didn't grow it in Jamestown, you would have gone to jail.
Now, you've prepared some slides here for us. This first one appears to be George Washington.
Oh, well, surprisingly, the first American flag was actually made out of hemp.
I didn't know that. Get out. That's amazing.
It is.
Very interesting.
It is. Also, the Declaration of Independence was written on hemp.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, we have a substance here that has obviously been a huge part of
humanity. It's from the cannabis plant.
Yeah, for a long time. We've had a close relationship with it. It's been very important for a lot of different reasons. Nowadays, there's definitely a problem with the criminality surrounding it.
The jails are overpopulated in the United States. They really are. They really are, Mundee. They really are. A lot due to marijuana, because about 850,000 Americans are incarcerated every year due to drug charges. About 80% of those are from marijuana.
So you're telling me hundreds of thousands of Americans are thrown in jail every year for a substance that used to be
required?
It was required. There was actually legislation that required farmers to grow hemp.
Yes, you're right.
Right.
You are right, Mundee. Let's talk about a guy named Harry Anslinger.
Okay.
This guy, wow. He was one of the biggest players in the timber industry at the time. And
this was in the 1930s.
1930s, yeah. He was actually made the president of the narcotics division of the Department of Treasury, and he owned a big timber company, which also a derivative of wood pulp, which made paper, which hemp would not. I mean, basically rivaled paper a lot.
Yeah, people wrote on him.
So. Yeah, he wanted to make money off of paper, so he had to get rid of hemp, and he did. He made a big fuss about it, and he was a very powerful man at the time.
So to eliminate a financial competitor, he pushed for the criminalization of marijuana.
Pretty much.
And that is why marijuana is illegal today?
Pretty much, and it's a Schedule I drug, right? It's way worse than cocaine, as we all know.
Schedule I, because cocaine is Schedule II, correct?
Schedule II, yeah. So marijuana is considered way worse for you than cocaine, or...
Schedule I meaning no medicinal value whatsoever.
No medicinal. Well, I thought that it had medicinal value. Oh, let's talk about it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, the American College of Physicians, second only to the American Medical Association, they all endorse medical marijuana. There's about 124,000 of them. But I thought that it was a Schedule I drug and it didn't have any medicinal value.
Right. And so what you're saying is the second largest advocacy group or group of
doctors,
medical doctors in the country.
They are internal medical specialists.
As an organization, they are advocates for the use of marijuana.
Basically.
Okay. So
marijuana has been derived to help out with cancer. It's been included in inhibiting tumors.
So yeah, heavy stuff here, Mr. Mills. Heavy stuff. Now, before the show, you were telling me actually that a Surgeon General. You have a nice quote from a Surgeon General.
Well, the former Surgeon General actually, Joycelyn Elders. She actually said large medical associations move cautiously, and for the American College of Physicians to note a clear discord between scientific opinion and government policy on medical marijuana is a stinging rebuke to our government. It's time for politicians and bureaucrats to get out of the way of good medicine and solid research. That's from the former Surgeon General.
That's huge. That's huge. Is there anything you'd like to leave us with, Mr. Mills?
Just that, maybe America's not ready for it, but I think they've been ready for it for a long time. Maybe since 1619.
This has been great. I definitely appreciate you being on the show. So, yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Mills. And stay tuned. Next week, we will be having a show on penguins. So, anyway...
Thanks for joining us again on Real Time with Cassius. Next week, penguins.